Hi, I'm Verena, Primus, long-term clinical Ayurvedic specialist, Ayurveda yoga therapy teacher, mystic, healer, mother, wife, you name it. And I'm here because I have been sharing with you in the last videos the ritual of the 12 dark nights, the ritual starting at the 8th and 9th of December, leading up to the winter solstice of the 21st of December, really letting the year go and seeing what you can learn from it before a very special time. From the night of the 24th to the 25th starts the Holy Nights or the Rauhnächte, the leading up to the 6th of January, the Three Kings Day. And you've heard me mention it's really that the Sperrnächte, the dark nights, this Celtic Germanic ritual is about bringing things to an end. Yeah, if you look at the farmers back in the old days, they put the tools in the shed, they put the harvest safely so they have something for the winter, they lock everything up, they make sure everything is neat and fine so they can go inward, be with the family and celebrate the holidays. And the Holy Nights, as I said, are really more of a reflection of what's going to come, being open to receive intuition, dreams, guidance for what's going to be important in the next 12 months to come. And all of this has a really important underlying principle that until 3.5 years ago, that's when I moved from Austria to Tenerife, didn't really realize. All my life, it's been about what's ahead, what are the goals? What can I reach? Even now as an entrepreneur, solopreneur, I'm thinking, oh my God, so where I'm at, what can I reach? What are my next projects? And it's always in the future, it's always bloom, it's always more. But there's this beautiful way of celebrating life which invites us to also honor endings, to honor things that have ended. We like to brush away endings. I mean, we don't like breakups. We don't like things that close or end. They seem to feel like sad or depressing, or maybe you don't feel that way, but I think most of us do. And for me, a couple of really major things have come to an end this year. And if you believe me or not, it took me 7 months to realize what that was. It started, I don't know, in April, May, and it was really heavy. I felt it in my heart, in my gut, in my throat. It came out as emotion I didn't understand. It was really disturbing my energy, my marriage, my relationship. I didn't quite know what it was, but it really blocked me. And it took me literally until last weekend, just before the dark nights began, and now as I'm recording this, it's in the dark nights, to really realize what that was about. And for the last 3 years, I think, practiced a ritual called the Honoring the Ending ritual. It's a beautiful ritual I have learned from Rebecca Campbell, but I have infused with my yogic upbringing. I used to live really 1 year in the ashram. I've been studying and practicing yoga for 30 years, traveling I think 6 times total to India. I lived in an ashram, really thought my worldly life is over, basically becoming a yogic monk. And one of my responsibilities at the ashram was to do pujas. Pujas are sacred ceremonies, a part of bhakti yoga, which I really loved. For Lord Shiva, for Lord Dhanvantri, I was really honored to take care of the altar of the Guru, and I love these ceremonies. It's kind of like, the chanting, the incense, the flowers, the roses, the murtis, and so I've combined, kind of the ending and honoring ritual that I've learned with the yoga puja and with the Ayurvedic principles of the 5 elements, really honoring the 5 elements of fire, water, air, ether, to bring a transition about. Because any transition, any change needs first that we see something has ended, and to honor that and be grateful for that before I can move on. And this honoring ending ritual is very beautiful, very personal. I do it every year with a few private one-on-one coaching clients and private yoga students, really knowing where they're at and really helping them, you know, coming to a closure with something that has maybe been with them for years, you know. It doesn't need to be right now. I just gave a card reading to someone, and the cards I laid for her really talked about something that happened to her, and now hold on, 70 years ago. 70 years ago. It invited her to practice forgiveness and in order to come back into alignment, to find back to her golden thread, to find back to her life purpose. And her question for the card reading was, you know, how can I serve people better? So it's amazing. Sometimes you have to end something that happened 70 years ago. Or in my case, you know, I wrote down a wish, a vision 25 years ago on an airplane from Taipei to London. I had a wish, I had a vision, and now life had showed me that ended. It didn't work out that way, but it doesn't mean everything has to end. It's just this part of the vision has ended, and it took me 7 months, a total of 2 years almost now, to realize, yes, that has ended. The other person has moved on, you know, my purpose is somewhere else, and this could be a business related or private related or spiritual. It could be, you know, anything. It could be a wish I made when I was 25, or a wish you made or a vision you had when you were a child. But it's good in order to move on to your new phase of life, into your new project, into a new relationship, new business partnership, new projects, to let go of the old. And now more than ever I've learned this. For 3.5 years I've done this ending ritual, this process of letting go of the past and renewing, but only this year it really hit me how strong and how powerful it is. And yeah, I've done a few ending rituals, honoring ending rituals with my clients. I'm going to do in a few days 3 in a day. So it's very beautiful. Maybe in the future I can offer a group ending ritual. But I'm going to make one for myself in this phase of my life, this vision that ended this year. And with this video, I want to invite you to really pause for a moment, you know, in this time between the old year and the new year, and before you start all your new year resolution, to really think, okay, what has ended? Maybe this year, maybe a few years ago, maybe 70 years ago, and you have not come to a completion. And you know, I said to my accountability partner yesterday, you know, I've arrived at the death in order to come to a rebirth. And she said, it's not a death, it's just a completion. You've wrapped things up. You're done with it, you know? You wrapped it up, you placed it aside, and now you're ready for something else. And now I invite you to do the same. Even if I'm not doing this ending ritual with you, which is quite powerful, and I see how clients and students at the end, I usually draw a card, and even though they might come in with sadness, maybe with heaviness, it's kind of, it ends magical because it shows what's possible afterwards. It's usually renewal, joy, creativity, really stepping into your pace, even if that means something completely new, you know? It's kind of a time of shedding the old to come into the new and taking the time for it. You need time for this. These processes need time. You don't usually see clearly what it is. It's like not, that it is, and then I move on. No, it's a process. It can take months. It might take years. In that case of this one person, it might take 70 years to come to a point of clarity and forgiveness. But it's important that you do, no matter how old you are. So I invite you to do, maybe create an honoring ending ritual for yourself. Usually you create a nature altar. I, for example, took a plate with some, you know, lava, sand from Tenerife, a candle. You can pick some leaves that are lying out. I picked some seaweeds, you know, some shells. And then you you let go. And here are some questions you can say, you know, what is this transition really about? You know, what ending, spoken or unspoken, recently or a long time ago, do I want to honor and let go of? You know, what emotions and sensations do still arise with this that I want to express and let go of? Or how might holding on to this ending and not moving on keep me from creating something new? And what needs to be expressed in order to let go? And what do I want to take with me? And what do I want to let go? And then make a little ceremony with writing, with reflecting, maybe with crying, and then really see that ending in front of you and say, I let you go, you're done. And really say out loud, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. I'm grateful, I bless you, I honor you, but now, I let you go. And I'm open for something new. So I invite you to do this ritual by yourself. If you need help and guidance, of course, contact me or ask me some questions in the comments. It's something I do with my clients, private clients, every year, and it's magical every time. So I hope I inspired you. I hope you go through this transition from the old to the new in a more aware, sacred way. And I wish you all the best for the new year to come. Thank you very much. Namaste.